Hey there, animal explorers! Today we've learned about 5 different snake types that you can most commonly see in Nova Scotia, but this video is going to focus on the most common one, the garter snake. So as many of you probably are or have been in the past scared of snakes, I once was too, but the more I learned about these beautiful creatures, the more I realized that they're harmless and actually totally benefit our environment. While these little guys look super small, they have some incredible features that make them stand out from other animals. Now let's dive into their slithery world. Snakes have super cool mouths that allow them to open their jaws really wide to capture their prey. So unlike our jaw bones, which are found right here in our mouths, they're pretty much stuck in place and you can only open your mouth a couple inches maybe. Whereas garter snakes, they can open their mouths super wide because their jaw bones are loosely connected, allowing them to swallow their prey whole. Also got these hook-like teeth in their mouth, which allow them to hold on to prey without them slipping away. Now imagine trying to eat a sandwich whole. Almost impossible, right? But for garter snakes, that's no big deal. Now you may be wondering what garter snakes like to eat. So these little guys like to eat things like earthworms, slugs, small fish, and even frogs, like this little guy. Now this may not sound yummy to us, but to garter snakes, it's their favorite treat. So since all of these animals are kind of found near water bodies, garter snakes tend to hang around near ponds and rivers just like this one. These snakes can also be found around water like this as well. Now another cool fact about garter snakes is how they smell. They don't smell with their noses like we do, but instead they smell with their tongues. Their tongues are shaped like a V or a peace sign, and they stick them in and out of their mouth to smell what's around them. They do this by collecting the tiny smells from the air and bringing it back into their mouths. And once they bring their tongue back into their mouth, they touch it on this special body part called the Jacobson's organ. Now this organ works by telling them what's around them. That could include food, other snakes, or any danger nearby. Have you ever seen a snake blink? I don't think so. That's because they don't have eyelids like we do. Rather than having eyelids to protect their eye from sand, dirt, or anything else that would get in there, they have these clear scales that cover their eye called a brill. The scale gets shed just like the rest of their skin, so they always have a clear view of their surroundings. You may be wondering what garden snakes do when they feel threatened. So one of the ways that they protect themselves is by flattening their bodies down to make them look bigger and scarier towards other animals. Another thing they may do is shake their tails like a rattlesnake to make a rustling sound that would scare away any dangerous animals nearby. And finally, if none of that works, they'll let out a very stinky smell called a musk, which is very similar to when a skunk sprays, and you know how bad that smells. Now you may be wondering how garter snakes hear if they don't have ears like we do. They hear through vibrations, which are tiny shakes in the ground. Then they can feel these shakes through their skin and bones. So if there's any big animals walking by or even human footsteps, they'll be able to hear the sound through their skin. It's like they're hearing with their whole body rather than just their ears. Snakes are cold-blooded, which means they aren't able to keep warm like we do. Instead, they rely on the sun to keep them warm, which means you'll often find them laying on rocks or other sunny areas to get the warmth from the sun. And if they find themselves a little too warm, you'll find them hiding out in the shade or under rocks to stay cool. It's like they're always on the hunt for the perfect temperature. Now to leave you guys with one last fun fact about garter snakes. They've only got one lung to help them breathe. Unlike us humans who've got 2, their one lung is very long and spans part of their body. It's very skinny and long, just like they are. Hope you've come to find that garter snakes are some pretty interesting creatures. They've got flexible jaws, interesting snack choices, amazing smelling skills, clear eye shields, some of the coolest defense tricks. They're cold-blooded. They can feel sound with their bodies, and they've only got one lung. Hopefully you find garter snakes as interesting as we do.